Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to The Devil's Advocate. I'm Lucien, and tonight's topic will be smoking laws. Yes or no kind of thing. I'm taking no. And
I'm number 4, and I'm fighting for 'em.
so, yeah. Why don't you start this one?
The smoking laws keep people that have problems or can form problems because of the smoke that is produced inside mainly buildings.
Right. And I understand that there's laws in place nowadays that people pretty much can't smoke in any building, at least in the United States. To that I say, fuck off. I mean, honestly, like if you're going into a bar, bars should be a smoking zone in general because if you're already a smoker, they go hand in hand. You're just torturing people who smoke at that point, and sure, I get it. Some people have their problems with secondhand smoke, and I get that. But we can't cater to everybody. Really, we can't. When it comes down to it, as far as I can tell, there's more of a minority of people that are actually really affected by secondhand smoke compared to the actual amount of people that smoke. So, I'm not saying that we should get special preference, but I don't think they should either.
But the secondhand smoke can lead to new problems in breathing and other things from inhaling it. And also, the government is here to protect us from others, not from ourselves.
Well,
so should I have to fight with more as you're trying to kill me with the smoke?
Well, I can understand that, and okay, I smoke, it's killing me, I get that. You eat chocolate, it's killing you. So, shouldn't they put more regulations on chocolate, candies, all sorts of unhealthy food like that because of that? It'd be protecting you from you in the end because
but
they're just as dangerous.
The government is supposed to protect you from others, not from yourself.
Right, well, it's also others hurting you. Others it's the same as cigarettes. Others make cigarettes. We choose to smoke them. Fine. Others make candy. We choose to eat it. Fine. But others are still making it, so we are letting them hurt us when we make that choice.
But we are making the choice to eat it. We are not making the choice to inhale your secondhand smoke.
Stop breathing. No, seriously though, yeah, and I can understand that, but at the same time, it's still, if, they should stop. Some of the laws come down to they want people to stop smoking. They want to stop cigarettes in general. They should honestly be doing the same thing because, you never know. Perfume. Perfume can hurt some people too. There's some people that could be allergic to that stuff, but there's no laws on that. People can still spritz as much shitty perfume on them as they want, or shitty body spray, or deodorant, cologne, or whatever, but some of that stuff can be harmful. Sure, again, it's the same as people that are truly affected by secondhand smoking. It's a minority. But most people would rather smell good than smell tobacco. But there's no real difference to it.
But the secondhand smoke can cause problems even in people that are healthy.
That's true too. However, studies have shown that in truth, it's a lot less effective on normal healthy people that don't have something that could actually be considered concerning towards secondhand smoke.
A lot less is the words you use. So it is still causing problems.
Could be, but for the most part, most problems only really show up in people that already have some sort of detriment towards secondhand smoke. People with allergies. Granted, there are enough people out there, and I can understand the problem with that. There are people with other lung issues that it could cause a problem but for most normal, absolutely healthy people, which I know is somewhat rare in some cases, but in most normal, absolutely healthy people, secondhand smoke rarely, and I mean rarely, ever affects them.
But some of the things that you just brought up fall as a majority of the population having them.
Which is unfortunate, and I cannot deny that. However, it's still...
Should I force you to be around things that you do not want to have to deal with?
No, and I'll give you that. That's an honest thing. And, you know, when it comes down to it, I'll admit, I understand things like in restaurants and things like that, you know, regular places, that they don't want people smoking in there. Sometimes it can just ruin your food. But I believe, honestly, that if they want to start segregating people that smoke like they are, because it's segregation, plain and simple, they should at least do something for them. Make an actual smokers area. Make a not just this section of the restaurant, but I mean, like, you know, for some places, make a smoker's den where people can go to a special small building off to the side somewhere where they can smoke. They don't have to be able to eat there or anything like that, but it's a nice thing to do for people that smoke. Now, I get it. Some people don't want to do that because it's extra added money. However, I'm sure that some restaurants and other businesses have lost people coming because they cannot smoke after they've had their meal or before they've had the meal, while they're waiting for the meal, things like that. Sometimes people just like doing that.
For buildings that are going to be connected, just for filtration systems would cost them more than probably what they would lose for a number of years in costs.
Well, I'm not asking for filtration systems.
Then it's useless. I still have to believe your...
I'm asking for a completely separated building, mall, with a window. That's as simple as that. It's a lot better than some people who do smoke and have to fight the habit to smoke outside and freeze their asses off, compared to, you know, being in a room where, hey, you've got a window open, let's stay further away from the window, closer to a small heater and things like that.
And on the topic of segregation is, you are being segregated, but it's a choice segregation, not a enforced segregation.
Technically speaking, true.
And also, with the thing of having to stand on the cold and can't use a doorway to try to heat you up by keeping the door open, is if you're in the doorway, it's also a fire hazard.
And I won't deny that. I'm not saying people have to stand in the doorway. That's why I'm asking for a separate room altogether. Or at least something, you know? But here's a good argument. You know, alcohol. It can be just as dangerous to ourselves and to others as well. It's been proven more often than not, and I'm not going to say there's a majority, but it's been proven more than it should have been proven over the years, that people are stupid sometimes. You drink alcohol, then you get behind the wheel, and then you hurt people. I get it, it might be a bit of a stretch compared to smoking, but at the same time, at its core, it's still the same thing. It's an addictive substance that allows you to go out and still hurt others. Why aren't there more regulations on that?
Because we do put regulations on it to protect against a part that hurts others.
If you wanted to actually really make it effective, though, take away alcohol.
We are doing almost the exact same type of regulations as we are doing for cigarettes, in a sense. We ban them, we segregate them from being able to drive, in your words. We force them where they're not supposed to be able to drive. They get in trouble if they do stupid things, as if they were non-alcohol.
Yeah, but the fact remains that it still happens. Whereas if somebody decides to light up a cigarette in a restaurant, they're told to pretty much, you know, they're usually nicely told you can't smoke in here, or in some cases they're told to get out. And you know, and for what it's worth, smokers are trying to do better in general. We've got e-cigs now, but when it comes down to it, people are still getting uppity and putting so many regulations on those as well that are one good way of actually trying to quit is now also being, what's the word here? Let's go with looked down upon, because I can't think of an actual word for it. And we're being told, no, you can't do that here either. So we're being forced out even more.
With something like that, we do not know if there has been studies done, but no good studies. We have not seen the long-term damages that e-cigs may cause or don't cause.
Fair enough.
So on that, you have the same people who are overreacting with certain things.
People do like to overreact.
On that, before everything has come into play. I understand some of the aspects on that is you are bringing back out nicotine and stuff like that back into the L.
Not necessarily. Not all e-cigs need nicotine. Mine, personally, that I have on me, it does not have nicotine in it. That is one of the great things about e-cig, but people are still always worried about it. But, I hate to do this, but I'm going to stop us here because we've kind of reached our time limit. So if we had a buzzer, it'd be going off about now. There it is. At this moment, we'll just agree to disagree at this point, which will probably happen a lot. So, this is Devil's Advocate on smoking laws, good or bad. You people at home, you be the judge. We've played both of our cases, and it's up to you to decide who you think is right or wrong. Thanks for watching. See you next time.